the Virginia African Diaspora welcomes everybody here to our first Virginia African Diaspora Heritage Month. We are proud because we are the first state in the nation to have a law giving us the backing to call all of you here today to celebrate with us on what Africans have done in the United States and the Commonwealth of Virginia in particular. Virginia is for lovers. We welcome everybody in Virginia. We are glad we are the only state celebrating African Diaspora Heritage Month, not by proclamation, but by a law, codified, backing us. So whatever we are doing today is backed by law. And we are glad one of our dear sisters who is behind this law, who is one of us by way of Cape Verdean, is here with us also, Delegate Michelle Maldonado. This wouldn't have been possible if not for her, because this thing you are witnessing today started during the campaign. We talked to both delegates of the same party, of the parties. We need this if any of you wins.
I will now like to introduce to you our two. You want to stop that? So I would now like to introduce to you our two MCs for the event. Always ladies first. We have Asma Idrisu, representing Nigeria and Egypt. A lovely combination. And then we have Eric Michel Sosuglo, representing Benin and Côte d'Ivoire.
Thank you, Rita. That was beautiful. All right, Africa! Africa! All right, let's see. My name is Asma Idrisu. I am Egyptian born, Nigerian raised, American trained. So I've been here over 18 years of my life. I grew up in Nigeria, so I'm very West African. And this is the first time we've, had something this serious in the state of Virginia. So I want to thank all the delegates, Delegate Maldonado and Governor Youngkin, for making this a reality for us. The Virginia African Diaspora Committee is very grateful to be able to launch this wonderful experience. Eric?
Yes, and we are lucky enough, fortunate enough to have in the flesh here today with us one of the sponsors of the law that make this event possible. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you guys Delegate Michelle Maldonado, our very own from the United States by way of Cape Verde. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. And we are so excited to be able to have our first festival to celebrate the African diaspora heritage that is alive and well here in Manassas and in the DMV area and all over this great nation. As mentioned, I am the delegate that represents the city of Manassas and points of Manassas in the western end of Prince William County. I'm a first-time legislator, and I am so excited to be able to serve each and every one of us here. And even though we get elected to represent a specific region of our nation, what you will find is all the delegates and senators, once we get into position, we represent all of you. Every single one of you, and we work together for the greater good to be able to produce and serve and fix the holes and bring us together. So as mentioned, I come as part of the African diaspora by way of Cabo Verde. Cape Verde Islands are off the coast of Senegal, West Africa, south of the Canary Islands. We were colonized by the Portuguese, so our official language is Portuguese. The generations before me speak of Portuguese Creole. My generation after, we speak Continental Portuguese. And the culture is very, very similar across our sort of Latin and African diaspora. There's a great mixture. I had the great fortune to work with Senator Jennifer McClellan, who will be here later this afternoon, for both of us to chief co-patron the bill that forever designates September as African Diaspora Heritage Month here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So we are working very hard for you, and we recognize that a lot of people weren't familiar with the word diaspora. And diaspora is, you think about it visually as scattering seeds around the earth. And think about, we have diasporas of every kind of culture. But the African diaspora is very interesting in the point that what we know from anthropology and history is that the seeds, the birthplace of civilization, happened in the continent of Africa. And the continent of Africa is so large that many countries all together can fit inside the continent. Our maps don't display that, but it can. We can fit the US in there. We can fit parts of China in there. We can fit so many countries at the same time in the continent. That's how large it is. And the seeds that spread all around the world, you see here, you see in every state, every region. So the Cape Verdean diaspora, portion of the African diaspora, we came to this country mostly as whalers and fishermen into the port of New Bedford in Massachusetts, where my family is from, moving into Cape Cod. So where we kind of have the largest presence in this country is in New England, Florida, the DMV area, Ohio, even though that's the only landlocked state where we have a larger presence, and California. And we bring lots of rich culture and food and dance and tradition and honoring, and we share and spread it. Now, you may not know who we are, but you have seen us. You have seen us. So anybody old enough to know the group TLC from the 80s? Okay, some of you do know. Lisa Left Eye, she and I share the same name, Lopes. She was Cape Verdean. Dana Barrows, any NBA players? Okay, Dana Barrows is Cape Verdean. We are all over the place. Many people don't know, but they say, why does that African American person have a Spanish looking last name? That's usually Cape Verdean. So with that, I want to welcome you all. Thank you for coming, and thank all of the people on the African Diaspora Committee that worked really hard, including our chair, Philomena, and everybody who came to help record, set up, sell, support. You know that it takes a village. So I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to be part of the village. And in this village, I also want to introduce another member of our village. And I'm going to bring up our Senator Jeremy McPike. Jeremy has been an advocate, a tireless champion for our communities at the Senate level, which includes this area, but much more of a geographic region. And Jeremy, I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about himself, but I will tell you, we love Jeremy because he cares, he's involved, and he's not afraid to roll up his sleeves and get in there and do the work. Do the work. So without further ado, I want to pass it over to Senator McPike to allow him to say a few words. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you so much. Aren't we so privileged to have a delegate like Michelle Maldonado serving Manassas? She has been a fantastic addition to the General Assembly, a voice that we need to continue to serve and represent our area. I'm Jeremy McPike, serving the state Senate for Manassas, Manassas Park, down through Dale City and Woodbridge, Dumfries area as well, and it's an honor to serve you. This effort, she's absolutely right, by the way, diaspora, some of the colleagues did not know what that meant. And so we had to have a quick conversation about what it meant as the bill was going through committee. And I was happy to vote for it in support also of my colleague in the state Senate, Jennifer McClellan. Both of these two champions did just a fantastic job making sure that the heritage and enrichment that the African diaspora brings to the Commonwealth is recognized, and recognized permanently in our code that we heard earlier today. We need to continue to celebrate. This is just the first step, and I know we're going to have many more years of celebration together. And actually with that, Philomena, happy birthday. We share the same birthday, so happy birthday to Philomena Desmond from earlier this week. She's a champ. So we have more work to do to make sure that our diversity, that the African diasporas continue to celebrate in our area. And so I'm so honored to be here on this first occasion. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Senator McPike. And we're going to conclude our remarks, but the one thing he said, I want to say this was the first, but it won't be the last. We've heard that from Vice President Harris. She is the first of hers, but she won't be the last. I don't often mention this, but I am the first woman and the first person of color, and certainly the first person of Cape Verdean descent to hold this seat in the more than 400 years of history of this district representation. So I'm not the first, I am the first, but I won't be the last. And we are paving the way to bring others with us. And with that, I'm going to invite you back onto the stage so we can have the lovely, lovely presents and more. So have fun, get to know each other. Please visit our vendors. We have some restrooms in the back. We've got some food and so the arts and crafts over here. So have fun, enjoy, and let this, again, not be the last, but just the first.
Thank you, Delegate Maldonado. That was beautiful. Big round of applause for Delegate Maldonado. All right. So we're going to start with the Republic of Guinea. We have a husband and wife duet. It's Gilbert and Fanta Diabate. They came all the way from New York, I believe. So long trip for them. Please give them a round of applause. They've come all the way here to share their beautiful music with us, and they'll be performing. And also, I know some people only speak French, and my French is really, really bad. So I'm gonna call up Aisha from the VADC committee to just explain exactly what I just said.
Alors, are you having fun? Sorry, I have a cold. I just come back from New York. Donc, je vais parler en français. On m'a demandé de parler en français. Bonsoir tout le monde, les personnes qui comprennent le français. On a Monsieur Gilbert et sa femme Fanta. Elle a joué dans l'équipe nationale de ballet. Peut-être vous avez entendu parler de la Guinée quand il venait ici dans les années 60, 70, 75, jusqu'à 80. Elle est née en Côte d'Ivoire, mais grandie en Guinée, mariée à un frère guinéen à moi. Donc ils vont jouer pour nous 3 chansons maintenant et après ils vont continuer. Merci et bienvenue. Fanta, venez.
thank you. Merci beaucoup.